welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something totally new for my channel, and that is a decluttering video. I have been like obsessing over these videos. I love watching them. There's just something so satisfying about watching people like purge their makeup collections and like get rid of stuff they don't need. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just so satisfying. So I figured I wanted to do my own. I don't know if I'm going to make this a series or anything, but today I am starting off with the part of my makeup collection that needs to be purged out and cleared out more than anything, and that is my like eyeliners and like cream shadows and shadow sticks and kind of things in that kind of world. I have an absurd amount of eyeliner, you guys, and if you watch my videos regularly, you probably already know that I very rarely wear eyeliner, so it's definitely time to go through it and get rid of some things. There's definitely a lot that needs to go. Stuff that is either old or expired or that I can donate or pass on to like friends or family. It's just gotta go. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Alright, so what I have just done is I have basically taken the drawer insert from my vanity and just brought it downstairs because I just don't really have like a good open space where I can kind of pull everything out and look at it individually. Also, I do have the IKEA Alex drawers, and they make it a little bit hard to access these kind of back sections here. And today we are going to be decluttering this section here, which is all eyeliner, which is just ridiculous. I have accumulated so many eyeliners over the years, and like I mentioned, I hardly ever wear it. And then at the back here, sorry for the shaky camera, I just have like cream shadows and shadow bases. So we're just working on these two sections today. So I think I'm gonna start off with this section back here because it's a lot less overwhelming than the eyeliners. There's a lot less stuff. So starting off, I have these three shadow sticks from LOC, which is Love of Color, and it is Tarte's line here on YouTube. I haven't had these for terribly long. I have used them a couple times though, but I still want to play around with them and experiment with them, so I am going to be keeping them. So there are just some quick swatches of those. They're all very neutral, very wearable, and like I said, I haven't had them for very long, so I am going to keep them. Next, I've got a few of the NYX Jumbo pencils. I know I'm already going to be keeping this one here, which is Milk. It's just the plain white one. And then I also have the shade Yogurt, which is just kind of another neutral kind of bronze shade. It's a little bit more peachy though, and I do actually use this every so often, so I'm going to keep that as well. I am, however, going to be passing along this shade, which is called Oyster. It's just kind of like a lavender and kind of like blue duochrome almost. I just never find myself reaching for it, so I'm going to pass that along to a friend. Then I have this Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. This is in the shade Golden Pink. I just swatched this right here. I am going to keep this for a while because I haven't had it long as well. It came in a 500 point perk, and it is a shade I'll probably wear a lot during the summer. And then I've also got a few of these little miniature Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Sticks. These are really great quality. I got these in a set during the holidays one year, and these are so creamy and so pigmented. If you can find them in a set, definitely pick them up. I actually have four of them. I have no idea where the fourth one is, but I'm going to be keeping Rose Gold and then this shade here, which is called Amethyst. But I am going to pass along this shade Cocoa. This one is right here. It's like a matte brown, which I know I'm just never going to reach for, honestly, for a cream shadow stick. And then there are the other two swatches there. The Rose Gold one I actually use quite a bit as well. All right, so the last kind of stick product in here is this Tarte Colored Clay CC Eye Primer. I got this in gratis when I worked for Sephora, and it is like ridiculously hard to open. There we go. So this is basically just like a flesh toned tinted primer basically. I have not actually used this, and I keep telling myself I'm going to, and I need to actually get around to trying it. The reason I haven't is because I typically bring a little bit of my eyeshadow primer up onto my brows as well. I can't really do that with something like this, but I need to just go ahead and try this. I would get rid of it, but you guys know I love Tarte. They're my favorite brand. So I'm going to hang on to this for a little bit longer and just see if I can actually start using it. Okay, so moving into the more kind of traditional cream shadows. First one I know I'm getting rid of. I didn't know I actually still had this in here, and it is insanely old. If you recognize the packaging, you already know how old this is. It is the Benefit Cream Shadow in the shade Birthday Suit, and I can hear it from shaking it around that it's like rock hard and dried up in there, so that is getting tossed. So this next one is from Buxom, and it is in the shade Golden Retriever. This is quite old, and I know it's like quite dried out. You can see it's kind of separated from the edge there, but you still actually get quite a bit of pigment from it, and it is really, really pretty. I don't know why it's called Golden Retriever because it's more of like a copper color. This is something I really probably should throw out, but it's just so pretty. I can't make myself part with it, honestly. So this next one here, I know I'm going to donate or pass along. It is completely brand new, and I got this in Ipsy, and this is the Mica Beauty Cosmetics, I don't know what this is called, just eye primer. It's just like a nude eyeshadow base, and like I said, it's totally brand new. Like I haven't touched it at all, so I'm probably going to donate that one because like I said, I just don't typically use nude tinted eyeshadow primer, so I definitely just don't need two in my collection. Next, we have another one from Ipsy. This is from Be a Bombshell, and this is the eye base in Submissive. I have never used this either. I don't think I've swatched it. Kind of looks like I did, but I honestly don't ever remember swatching this. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use this. I don't really love the color of it. It's kind of just, I don't know, I don't think it's that pretty, to be honest. So I'm going to try and donate this if I can. If not, I'm gonna pass it on to someone. So my next one I know is so old. This is one of the Makeup Forever Aqua Cream, and it is in this like really intense emerald green shade. And as you can see, it's like cracked down the middle. It's totally dried out. It like looks super dried out, but you actually get quite a bit of product from it. But I know I need to just toss this because it is super old. I just want to mention, for some of these things, if I'm like saying I've had them for like a really, really long time, I just want you guys to know that it's most likely that I have not used them in years. I'm just really bad at letting go of things. So that's why I have some products that are like years old. Like these two products, for instance, that are super old, I have not put them anywhere near my eyes in years. So don't worry about that. So I'm going to get these two out of the way because I know I'm hanging on to them. These are pretty much brand new. I just hauled them recently, and they're both the Maybelline Color Tattoos. One is in the shade Bad to the Bronze, and one is in the shade Inked in Pink, I believe. Like I said, just hauled these, so I'm definitely going to be keeping these because I know I'll use them a lot this summer. So all we have left in here is a few MAC paint pots, and this one is in the shade Rubenesque, if it'll focus. This has been a long time favorite of mine, but I know I need to get rid of this. If you saw my How to Revive Your Dip Brow and Cream Shadows video, which if you haven't, I'll have it linked below. But if you saw that, it's actually what I used as like a demonstration in that. So it's all like mushed up, and I've used a fair bit of it. The color is beautiful. It's like that peachy gold that I just absolutely love on like an everyday basis. But I just need to get rid of this. I could revive it again with my oil, but it's just like too dried out and too old. I'm gonna toss this. So my next paint pot is in the shade Indian Wood. This one is also quite old as well. Not quite as old as Rubenesque though. And I really love this. It's a really beautiful kind of like bronze color, as you can see. Once again, also very dried out and separated from the edges. I used to wear this all the time. Like I wear it every day for such a long time, but it is very old and I just need to toss it. I'm just going to buy a new one if I ever want to actually use it again. Finally, we have one called Genuine Treasure. This was limited edition, I believe, and this one I know is also like insanely dried out, but it is just kind of like a dark shimmery olive kind of green. Thinking I might try and revive this one. I know my mom also really loves this shade too, so I might just kind of like add a couple drops of oil to it and just see how it works. So even though I know I probably should, I'm not going to get rid of this one right away because it is quite a unique color. Looking like now, I actually got rid of a lot more from that section than I thought I was going to, and I'm actually going to move my dip brow in there as well because now I actually finally have room for it. So time to move on to the dreaded eyeliners. So once again, this is like all eyeliner in here. Oops, there goes a lid. Aside from Duo Glue, which I didn't know was in there. I'm gonna set that aside because I'm keeping that. And there is actually my Laura Mercier shadow stick that I couldn't find, so I'm gonna keep that one as well because I do like that shade, so I'm gonna put that back over there. All right, so I'm gonna start off with a couple things I know I am keeping because I can see them right here. These are the Makeup Forever Aqua Liners. I absolutely love these liquid liners, and I do actually reach for these quite a bit, surprisingly, especially since they are kind of like brighter colors. One's a turquoise and one is a gold. They're really nice. They're really fun for the summer, really shimmery and like a really good pop of color. I just swatched them there quickly. You can see the turquoise on top and the gold on the bottom. They're not like drying out or anything, so I'm gonna keep them for a little bit longer. I know I'm probably not going to get a ton of use out of them though, so I'll probably toss them after the summer because that's the only time I really use them. Next, something I am going to toss because I didn't even realize this was still in here until I brought down this kind of drawer insert, but this is the Smashbox Always Sharp liner in Bare. This was actually in my products I regret buying video like a year ago, and this is just a nude liner. You can kind of like twist on the lid and it self sharpens. But this was in my products I regret buying video because the liner actually broke and there's literally like no accessible liner inside of it. My plan was definitely to toss it after I filmed my products I regret buying video, but apparently it made its way back into my makeup drawer, so that is getting thrown away. I do have another one of these liners. This is the 3D Gemstone, but that is the shade there. I just swatched it. It's kind of like a mauve kind of color with a bunch of glitter in it, and I think it's just really unique, and I actually do use this quite a bit when I'm doing like a purple kind of like smoky eye look, so I'm going to hang on to this. So this next one is from Pacifica, and this was another one from a subscription box, I believe Ipsy, and this is just like a dark brown pencil liner. I'm never going to use this, and I may have swatched it, but I'm going to see if I can donate this. If not, I'm going to pass it on to someone because I'm just not going to get any use out of it. I've actually got quite a few from subscriptions in here that I know I'm going to get rid of because I just don't need a million small like black and brown liners. The next one being this Cynthia Rowley liner. This one I believe I have also swatched as well, but I'm going to get rid of it because it's just a black liner, which I hardly ever use. use. So the next one is this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Perversion. This one I'm going to pass along to. It's just from Sephora Gratis, I believe. Or maybe, no, I think this came with a set I actually bought, but once again, just don't need any more black pencil liners. This next one I know is the NARS liner in Via Veneto. I did actually pay for this one, and I do really enjoy it for tight lining, so I am going to hang on to this one. I just swatched it right there. It's very black, very pigmented, and it wears really well. It's like a nice kind of like drier matte formula. So next I have another one from Cynthia Rowley. I honestly don't even know I had this, and this is a liquid eyeliner pen. And oh, it's like a bright blue color. Oh, I totally remember this now actually. I think I got this in Birchbox a few months back. There it is swatched. I am actually going to hang on to this one surprisingly because I haven't used it and it is a really fun bright blue. Okay, I'm gonna get these bad boys out of the way. These are all of my Lime Crime liquid liners. So that is what they look like there. Just to be fully clear, I no longer support Lime Crime. I bought these back before they had their whole big security breach and all that drama. But to be honest, even though I do not support the company at all anymore, I am going to hang on to these because they were fairly expensive and they are completely unique. Like I don't really know any other brands they don't really make like a matte bright liquid liner anymore. Aside from the NYX Vivid Brights that just came out, I believe those are matte. So if you want like a good dupe for these ones, those are probably a good one to check out. But if you're curious about the shades, we've got Lunar Sea, Orchidaceous, Citrus, and Blue Milk that is going left to right. But yeah, I'm going to hang on to those, like I said, just because they're unique. Alright, so I also do have a little mini version of the NARS Via Veneto liner. I'm going to pass this along to someone or donate it because I haven't used it, and I obviously don't need the full size and the mini. This next one is a Marc Jacobs liner, another one that I got for free working at Sephora, and this is in the shade Odyssey, I believe. This one I am going to hang on to because, or maybe not actually, because I just opened it and this is what it looked like. The liner is like broken off on the inside. That's what it actually looked like when I opened it. I was originally just going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm keeping it. Let's swatch this because I actually have a really similar Urban Decay one, I believe. So let's swatch this and see. I do like the formula of this one better though. So it's swatched there above that bright blue line, and then let me find my Urban Decay one. Okay, sorry, I just got interrupted there, but the one that is a dupe, I believe, for the Marc Jacobs one is this Urban Decay one in the shade Vacancy. So let's swatch that really quick. So yeah, there it is above the Marc Jacobs, extremely similar, so I am going to keep this one and then toss the Marc Jacobs one because that one's pretty much unusable, but the colors are very similar. Then I have got the Benefit Their Real Push-Up Liner. This one I am just, no, I probably shouldn't throw it away. I should probably pass it on and see if someone I know likes it because I got this in Gratis as well and I just absolutely hate it. I know that's kind of the general opinion with this liner. Most people don't like it, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Next up, we'll do this liner from Gerard Cosmetics. I got this for free with an order and I honestly had like a horrible experience ordering from them. It was just bad. I haven't really tried this though, and I do like liners in this kind of style, so I'll probably try it and kind of see what I think and decide from there. So I'll keep that for now. This black liner from Buxom, I also didn't even realize I had until I went to film this video. This is so beyond old and it's just another black liner, so this is getting tossed. I also have this little white pencil liner just from the Sephora collection. I'm going to hang on to this one because it's the only white pencil liner I have. Okay, so I think I'm gonna pull out all of my kind of pen style liners and just decide which ones I'm going to keep and get rid of because I've got way more than is necessary, clearly. The first one I know I'm going to keep is the Lorac Front of the Line Pro. This is just in black, these are all black. And I'm going to keep this one because it is my favorite. Oops, as I drop it. It is a really fine little brush tip applicator, which I personally prefer over felt tip, so that is definitely staying with me. This is my kind of go-to when I do wear liner. So this next one is the Givenchy Liner Couture. This one I know I'm getting rid of because it is so stupid, honestly. It's a felt tip, but they've made like a really long, skinny kind of felt tip on it. Basically, when you go to use it, it's just like ultra flimsy, and as you can see, it's not even black. It's like a really like watery kind of gray, so that is just getting tossed. It was another Sephora Gratis thing, so I didn't pay for it, so honestly I don't feel that bad throwing it out, which probably sounds really bad. Next, for black pen liners, we have this one from Jessie's Girl, which I believe I got in one of my first Ipsy bags. I believe I'm going to pass this along or toss it as well. It's not bad, but there's something about it. I think it's just a little bit too long, if you guys can see that. It just kind of lacks precision. It's really hard to do a wing with, so I'm going to put that in the kind of like, I'm not going to keep it, but I don't know what to do with it pile. And we have got the Marc Jacobs Remarkable. I think that's what this is called. That sounds wrong. No, Remarkable is the foundation. This is called the Magic Marker, and this is just their pen eyeliner as well. This one's actually quite good. It's quite pigmented and quite black. So this one I'm going to hang on to. I actually like the tip on it as well. So that one I'll hang on to for a bit longer just for some options. And then the final liquid black liner I have is this Tarte Precision Longwear Liner. I don't know, I have really mixed feelings about this. I'm not a huge fan of it. I've only used it a couple times, but my issue with this one is that the felt tip on it is quite stiff. Like, it's a good shape and like like good size and everything. And like it's nice and like pigmented and black, but it's just, I find really hard because this tip of it is so stiff. It doesn't really curve to your lids in the way you would want it to. I might see if a friend wants to use this. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about these because I know it's not fully hygienic to like share them with people, but I don't know. I'm gonna hang on to this and just see if someone wants it. This one I am going to keep. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes, just regular black liner. Also came in a Sephora birthday gift. I haven't used this much and I want to try out the formulation and see what I think, so I'm gonna keep that. I don't even know what this one is. This is a Noir eyeliner. I believe this is just a black pencil as well. Yeah, just another black pencil. Haven't used it, so I'm going to donate this one. I spy another liner pencil that was from a subscription. This one is the Lord and Berry eyeliner. It's like a shimmery black one. Also, haven't used this. I have swatched it though, so I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, we're getting down to it. This one is from Urban Decay and it is their all-nighter eyeliner. It says ultra intense, precision, and waterproof. This one I know I have tried once and I did not like it. It honestly just like disappeared. It didn't last long at all, which is crazy since it says waterproof. I used it, I remember, on my tight line and my waterline, and it was just like gone, so I'm going to get rid of that one as well. And when I say get rid of, I don't necessarily mean throw out, I mean like pass it on to someone. So pretty much all that is left now is all these Urban Decay liners. Aside from this one, this is one of the Marc Jacobs. This one is new. I don't know the actual name of this. It says Fine Liner Ultra Skinny Gel Crayon. This is new and I got this as a point perk, so I am going to hang on to it because I haven't even tried it yet. But it's just like the new, like skinnier version of the Marc Jacobs liners. It's like I have two of the exact same liner. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in 0. These are just like the standard black. I know that one of these I have used and one I haven't. I think I'm going to pass both of these along though. The unused one I'll probably donate and the used one I'll probably pass along to someone I know. All right, so the rest of these in here are all more Urban Decay liners. Quite a few of them are kind of like brighter colors. Like I've got another blue, some purples, a gold, things like that. And I am actually going to keep all of these eyeliners just because these are still fairly new. I bought them all in a set and I bought them because at one point I didn't have a lot of variety in colored pencils and I still didn't really, even before doing this kind of decluttering. So I am going to hang on to these because I do like them for when I'm doing more dramatic kind of eye looks, especially when I want something like a purple or blue, like for something more colorful. So yeah, I know that's a lot, but they're all very unique shades. So I am going to hang on to all of these. Alright, so that is everything back in there. It still looks like quite a bit, and it's still quite a bit for eyeliner, I'm not gonna lie. But I can actually kind of like all section it off. And they all just kind of fit on the one side now instead of taking up that entire compartment, which gives me a ton more space. I actually will probably move my cream shadows and stuff into here now because I have the extra room. Here is a little overview of everything I am parting with. I think I actually did a pretty good job. That is a lot of stuff, and I definitely cleared up a lot more room in this drawer, which is what I definitely need because it was just getting like far too messy and disorganized. So I'm actually quite proud of myself. I just moved everything over. There we go. Look at that. It is truly a thing of beauty how much extra space that actually freed up. Now I get to say goodbye to all of these old products. Oh, that feels so good to go through my stash and get rid of some things. I highly encourage you guys to do this as well if you need to. It feels so good to get rid of some stuff. Let me know if you want to see any more of these in the future and I will try and do them. I am terrible at parting with things, but I know that I can definitely use some more decluttering in my life, so be sure to let me know if you do want to see more of these videos. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit subscribe down below if you haven't already because I really appreciate it. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram as well. I'm at SARI Rihanna on both. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.